Here are the exercises for chapter 13. I want to stress that you actually complete these exercises. Try as hard as you can. Don't just cheat and look at the solutions, which is entirely possible. I really want you to try and actually do them. And if you can't do them, then go back and re-listen to this particular chapter, re-listen to all the movies, and hopefully one of the clues will be in there as to how you can complete the exercises. Because if you just go and look at the answers, you really won't get it, and you need to get it. This is probably the single most crucial and troublesome thing that we learn in C. It's the concept of pointers. You have to get it with pointers. Okay, so anyway, here are those exercises. What do the following lines of code do? I'll just show you the two lines of code. I'm not going to try and interpret them in English for you. Just leave them on the screen there. You might want to pause this and write them down. Okay, let's move on. Create a function called printf pointer. And I want this function to take one parameter, which will be a pointer to an integer. And then I want that function to print out two things. I want it to print out the integer itself and the address. In other words, it'll be taking the address of an integer. I want it to print out that address, and I also want it to print out the thing that it is an address of. I'll repeat that. Printf pointer will take one parameter only. It won't have any return value. Its parameter will simply be a pointer to an integer. Print out two things. That address that the pointer is, the pointer will be obviously containing an address, print out that address, and then print out the integer that it is an address of. Okay, next. Write a function called myscanf. It's not going to be as powerful as the regular scanf because it's only going to be used to read in integers from the keyboard, and you can use the real scanf to actually do the reading of the integer if you want to, unless you know a better way. The new function should take one single parameter, the integer to be read, or perhaps the address of the integer to be read. I'll leave that up to you to decide. Now, it might seem like this is a pretty easy thing to do, but you've got to test this. You just have to test this. Your program might crash if you write this program wrong. Finally, modify the course project such that structures are not being passed around from function to function anymore, but rather pointers to those structures are being passed around. Okay, those are the exercises. Let's go and have a look at the solutions. After, got to stress this, after you have done, or at least made a good attempt at, the exercises themselves.